Hello everyone, welcome back to So Educate Tutoring Center. My name is Mr. Sofian. Today, we are going to do practice 2 from chapter 1, my Paul's Maths 1A workbook.
So this is practice 2, comparing numbers. Let's start with number 1. First of all, remember, we have to read the question carefully. It says match. Then circle the answer to each question. They have given you the example here. Okay, so let's take a look at the example first of all. This question is asking, are there more worms than the chicks? Okay, little chickens. Okay, are there more worms than the chicks? So here you can see 1, 2. Okay, and the worm, you can count 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 worms and 2 chicks. Okay, so are there more worms than the chicks? Yes, the answer is yes, correct. Are there fewer? Fewer. Okay, so fewer means the number is smaller. Are there fewer worms than chicks? Okay, so no, because the number is bigger, so it is not fewer. So the answer is no. The next question, is the number of worms the same as the number of chicks? Okay, the same. Look at this. They're asking, are they the same? Of course, the answer is no, because we have 3 worms and 2 chicks. Now let's take a look at the next one. Okay. So they're asking us about the little bird and the nest. Okay. Now, first of all, let's count how many of them. So 1 bird, 2 birds, 3 birds, 4 birds, and 5 birds. Okay. And then let's count how many nests are there. 1 nest, 2 nests, 3 nests, 4 nests, and 5 nests. Okay, so they are the same. They are 5 each. Okay, so let's read the question. Are there more little birds than the nest? Obviously, no. Are there fewer little birds than the nests? The answer is no as well. Is the number of little birds the same as number of nests? Of course, there are 5 each, so the answer is yes, they are the same. All right, I hope you understand what's going on here. Now, let's move to the next question. So that was number 1. Let's take a look at question 2 now. This is question 2. As usual, we should start by reading the question carefully. All right, the question is asking us to match, then fill in the blanks. Okay, so here are the blanks, here are the blanks, here are the blanks. Okay, so in this question, that's the blank, and that's blank. That's the blank, that's the blank. All right, so that they want us to put in the names of the items. Okay, first of all, let's count how many penguins are there. So 1 penguin, 2 penguins, 3 penguins, and 4 penguins. So there are 4 penguins here. So 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. So here there are 3 eggs. So they ask us, there are more what than what? There are more what? So there are more penguins. That's why we write down here penguins. Okay, than eggs. Now they ask there are fewer. So let's start with smaller number. There are fewer eggs than the penguins. All right, now let's go back again. I'm going to explain one more time. Okay. So they're asking there are more what? So when you see the word more, you put the item with the biggest number. Okay. So penguin has 4 bigger number than eggs. So we put down here penguins than eggs. The next one is there are fewer. Fewer means they're asking for a smaller number. There are fewer what? Fewer eggs than penguins. Okay, let's go to the question now. Bananas. Let's count. 1, 2 bananas, 3 bananas, 4 bananas, 5 bananas. Now, how many monkeys are there? 1 monkey. Oh, hang on. I forgot to write down. There are 5 bananas here. All right. Now, let's move on to the monkeys. It's 1 monkey, 2 monkeys, 3 monkeys, 4 monkeys. So I'm going to write down here 4 monkeys. Okay. Always write the numbers down, boys and girls, because they can really help you. Now, let's move on to the question. They're asking us, there are more what than what? So when you see the word more, you put the bigger number. Okay, 5 is bigger than 4. So when you ask more, you put 5. Don't put the numbers, but put the items. Bananas. Okay, and monkeys. Okay, now they're asking fewer. Fewer means smaller number. Smaller number of what? Remember, don't put in a number, but put in the item, the things. Monkeys. Then bananas. Okay, forget a full stop. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next question, boys and girls. Number 3. Remember, if you need to go somewhere, let's say to grab some water, or if you need to go for a toilet break, you can always pause the video, and then when you come back, you can restart the video. So you can listen to the explanation. Therefore, you know how to do it next time. Okay, question number 3. Always start by reading the question carefully. They want us to count. Then circle the groups that show the same number. Okay, circle the group that show the same number. Okay, always understand what the instructions asking us to do. Okay, remember, same number. Okay, now let's count these cupcakes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are total 4 things here. Okay, now this one, 1, 2. So there are only 2 pies there. What about this cupcake? 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 cupcakes there. Sandwiches, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 sandwiches. Now you see the numbers 4 and 4, they are the same. That's why they circle this and that, because the question is asking us to circle the groups that show the same number. Now let's do 3A together. We'll start by counting these flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to write down here 5. Okay. Now this flower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to write down here 6 flowers for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 flowers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 flowers here. So the group that has the same numbers would be this group 6, and that group also has 6 flowers in the group. Okay. Now let's move on to 3B. 3B. Let's count the rabbit first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to write down here 7 rabbits. Now let's count the frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 frogs. Ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 ducks altogether. And let's count the chicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 chicks there. So the group that has the same number, you can see this one is 7, this one is 8, and that one is 8 too. So these two should be circled. Okay. Good job, boys and girls. So now I'm going to clear the screen so that we can move on to question number 4. That's question number 4. Here we go. Question number 4 here. Let's read the question carefully and understand what the question wants us to do. Which 2 groups have the same number of objects? Again, they're asking you to find 2 groups that has the same number. Okay, I'm going to read the question one more time. Which 2 groups have the same number of objects? Okay. So join them to a box, then write down the number in each box. Okay. Now, let's do this one. Let's count this together. How many pencils are there? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to write down here 3 so that we are clear that there are 3 pencils in that box. How many rulers are there in that box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 rulers in the box. The next box has erasers in there. So how many erasers are there? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 erasers. Okay. Now, let's look at this. This is for drawing. Okay. This is what we call the canvas for drawing. So let's count how many of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 canvases. Okay, there are 6 canvases here. The next box has some paper clips. Let's count how many paper clips are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So altogether, there are 5 paper clips. Okay. And finally, the last box. How many books are there in that box? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 books all together. Okay. Now, as you can see, this one and this one are the same. Let's look at the question again. Which 2 groups have the same number? All right, the question is asking us which 2 groups have the same numbers. So the first one and the third one, the pencils and the erasers. That is why we are drawing those 2 boxes to make this box. And in the box, we write down 3 as the example is given to you. All right. Now, the next one, let's look at this one. 5. There are 5 rulers. So which other group has 5 in the group? So here we go. Okay. Oops. That is 5. Okay. So therefore, we are going to draw that to the box. Also this to the box. Okay. And then we write down the number 5 because they both have 5 items in their own box. Finally, we have this 6 and also this one 6. We draw this line to that box and then we join this dot to this one. And finally, we'll write down number 6 in that box. So that's question 6, boys and girls. Okay. I hope you are clear with number 4. If at any time you need to listen to the instructions or learn how to do it again, you can always go back to the number. Okay. You can always go back to the specific number. All right. Now, go on to number 5. So, number 5, what do they want us to do? Let's read the question. Count and write the number. Okay, count and then write the number. Then answer each question by coloring the correct box. Okay, I want you to color the correct box. Now, what I'm gonna do here, okay, because I made some little changes on my page 11. So you should have all the pictures here. Okay, you should have all the pictures in each of them so that you can be clear what are you counting from the picture, from the image here. Okay, now let's take a look at this example. Which is more? Okay, so I give you the options pots and pears. All right, pots and pears. So first of all, we need to count how many pots are there. How many pots? So you can see the picture, pots. Here are the pots here. So we count them as usual. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the reason why. Oops. That's the reason why 4 is written here. How many pairs? Let's find the pairs. Here. Okay. So here are the pairs now. I'm gonna start with that little one at the back and on top, right? So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6. Okay. Now I know it can be a little hard. Okay. If you see it clearly, there should be 6 altogether. Okay. Now, perhaps I can help by making the picture larger. I can do it because it is on computer. Okay, I'm gonna count the pairs again. Look at it carefully. Okay, so here are the pairs. So this one, 1. That one with a stick, 2. That one, 3. This one, 4. That one, 5. And finally this one, 6. Okay, so there are 6 pairs in that basket. So there are 6 pairs in that basket. That is why 6 is written here. So go back to the question. It says, which is more? Of course, pairs more. Okay, and what do they want us to do to the items that has more? Okay, here, this is what it says, color the box. Okay, so you take out your coloring pencil, you can choose whichever color that you like, and then you start coloring the box for pairs. Now, moving on to 5A.
We have to count how many cups and how many teapots are there. So here are the cups. You can see the arrows pointing to that, and the teapots here. Okay, now let's count the cups first. 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, and 4 cups. So finally, we've got 4 cups altogether. What about teapots? How many teapots can you see on the table? Well, I can only see 1. Is there any more? If not, then that's the only teapot. I'm going to put down the number here, 1 teapot. Okay, so the question is asking which is more? Which is more? So there are more cups than teapots. So because there are more cups, I'm going to color the box for the cups. Okay, so boys and girls, you can take your coloring pencil and color the box with the color that you like. Color of your choice. Choose a color and then start coloring that box nicely. Okay. I hope you're doing okay with the coloring there. Now moving on. Next, they want us to find which is fewer. Fewer means less than number. Fewer means smaller number. Okay. Fewer means less than number or smaller number. So let's take a look at what they want us to count. They want us to count the ladles and the muffins. So the ladles and the muffins. Here are the muffins and here are the ladles. So let's start with the ladles first because it's on the left. That's easier. Okay, let's start with the number of ladles. So let's count together. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. So there are 3 ladles. I'm just gonna write down 3 here. What about muffins? Let's count how many muffins are there on the table. on that muffin tray. You can see here are the muffins. There's one muffin there, two muffins, three muffins, and finally 4 muffins. So there are 4 muffins. So the question is asking us which is fewer. Okay, which one has smaller number? Which is fewer? So there are fewer ladles. There are fewer ladles than muffins. There are fewer ladles. Therefore, we are going to color the ladle here. So again, you can take out another color of your choice and start coloring this box. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Now, if you haven't finished coloring, you can pause the video, and when you're ready to move on, you can start again. Now, let's take a look at 5C. 5C wants us to count how many gloves are there and how many plates are there. Okay, so here are the gloves. And here are the plates. Let's start with the gloves. So, as you can see, here, that's 1 glove, 2 gloves. I counted 2 gloves. How many did you get? Did you get 2 as well? Good. So let's write down 2 here. So there are 2 gloves. So what about plates? How many plates are there? Let's take a look at the plates on the table. How many plates are there on the table? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 plates on the table. So the question is asking us, which is fewer? Fewer means smaller number. Which is fewer? So there are fewer gloves, smaller number. There are fewer gloves than plates. So here I'm going to color the box for the gloves. All right, I'm going to color the box. You choose another color from your coloring pencil box. Pick a color and start coloring this. Okay, I think you're doing a better job than my coloring on the computer, which is not very nice there. Okay, but that's the answer for page 11, number 5. Number 5. Now, if you haven't finished coloring all of them, you can color them first before moving on to number 6. Pause the video, and then when you're ready to start again, you can press start again. Now, I'm gonna move on to number 6 now. So this is number 6. And number 6 is the page 12, I mean. Page 12 is the last page for practice 2. So we've got 3 more questions to do before we finish. So I hope you're still doing okay there, boys and girls. All right, let's do them together, shall we? Okay. Now, question number 6. Let's read the question together. Color the correct sign. Color the correct sign. A. Which one is greater? Okay, greater. Greater means bigger. Greater means bigger. So which one is bigger? 5 or 8? 5 or 8? The answer is 8. Therefore, we are going to color this box. Okay. Maybe I should choose another way to color that box so that it's prettier. There you go. All right. Now let's look at question B. B is asking us which one is smaller. Which is smaller? 10 or 9? 10 or 9? The answer is 9. Therefore, we're going to color this box. Okay. All right, moving on to number 7. Number 7, let's read the question carefully. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. 7A. You can see here 2 and 0. So the question is asking you, which one is greater than which one? From these two numbers, which one is greater than which one? So what's the meaning of greater again? Bigger. So which one is bigger than which one? So of course, 2 is bigger than 0. Okay, so the answer is 2. I'm going to clear the screen first here so that we can see it clearly. There we go. 2 is bigger than 0. 2 is greater than 0. 7B, asking us which number is smaller than which number? Okay, let's read the question again carefully. The question is asking us which number here is smaller than which number? So we have 9 and 3. 9 and 3. Which number is smaller than which number? So of course, 3 is smaller than 9. 3 is smaller than 9. Okay, good job, everyone. Now, I hope you're still doing okay there. This is the last number, number 8. So, come on, let's do number 8, and then we can all finish off today. Fill in the blank with more or fewer. Fill in the blank with more or fewer. Okay. So, let's take a look at this. There are some birds, dogs, and cats. Okay. There are some birds, dogs, and cats. There are fewer birds than dogs. There are fewer birds than dogs. Okay. So, fewer birds than dogs. That means there are more dogs than the birds. There are more dogs than the birds. Okay. So there are more birds than the cats. There are more birds than the cats. All right. So if you compare the birds and the cats, here we have less, here we have more. Where do you put them? There are 3 items here: the birds, the dogs, and the cats. Now let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this one first. Okay. There are more birds than cats. So less cats, more birds. Okay. Now there are fewer birds than dogs. Fewer birds than dogs. So fewer birds, and then we have more dogs. Okay. So the question is, there are more or fewer? We have to write down here. There are more or fewer cats than dogs. We're comparing this and that. There are fewer or there are more cats. Of course, there are fewer. Less. There are fewer. Okay, there are fewer. Okay, now that's number 8, and that's the final question for practice 2. If there's any numbers that you're not sure about, you can always go back to that number and learn how to solve the problem again. Okay, boys and girls, that is the end of our session today. So next time we are going to do practice 3 together. So I guess I'll see you very soon. Bye.